Well, many technology experts are sounding the alarm over the potential dangers of artificial intelligence. Still, not everyone shares that view. As Jennifer Wisham reports, some Christians see AI as an important tool for sharing the good news of Jesus.
Meet Amica, a humanoid robot.
In the future, we can expect these technologies to become even more powerful.
Her intelligence is powered by generative pre-trained transformers, the same GPT technology making so many headlines.
AI and automation can have unintended consequences.
One study suggests in the near future, artificial intelligence could make an impact on some 80% of the U.S. workforce.
Tag after strong!
Concerns over AI, among other things, led Hollywood actors and writers to go on strike this summer.
It's an existential threat. We need protections, guardrails.
Tech magnate Elon Musk recently joined Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak and some of AI's most distinguished creators in signing an open letter calling on companies to immediately pause the training of AI systems more powerful than GPT-4, warning AI systems with human competitive intelligence can pose profound risks to society and humanity. Even the man considered the godfather of AI recently stepped down as vice president at Google to speak out about his grave concerns, telling the New York Times, "It is hard to see how you can prevent the bad actors from using it for bad things." The endless possibilities for artificial intelligence and the devastation it could cause in the wrong hands has many people feeling uneasy about the unknown. But AI is already being used to share the good news that never changes in churches across the country. 1615 Church Media and Communications has been using ChatGPT and other AI programs for about a year now, so we paid them a visit to learn more.
This is the platform where we built stuff.
The company helps churches across the country communicate to their communities with services that range from custom posters to push notifications.
A lot of times, pastors will ask for something where they want to see the modern and the ancient come together, right? They want to see modern construction workers working on, the ark or something like that, or they want to see Jesus with a modern-day family in Times Square or something like that as part of a sermon series idea that they have. And before that would be something like, we really can't pull that off with excellence, where the lighting is right and everybody's in the same perspective and they're all looking at the same thing and it just looks natural. But now with AI, that's something that we can do.
1615 uses a program called Midjourney to make the far-fetched look flawless. Ryan Cook, who co-founded the company with Sharon, explains AI only gets them to about the 30-yard line.
One thing I think the GPT really struggles with is anything like that's kind of spiritually nuanced. It doesn't really understand because it's not human. There's a very human element to the gospel.
A pastor's recent request for a graphic showing Joseph's coat of many colors discarded on a desert floor demonstrates how today's AI still requires a human eye.
It didn't do a great job to start out with. It kind of gave me, it looks like more like a dirty inflatable than it does like a coat, right? It kind of just looks like some trash that your kids left in the backyard.
So he asked the program to view the coat from a lower perspective.
Then it kind of gave me something that looked like, hey, maybe this could be Joseph's coat laying on the ground.
A few more tweaks.
And this is kind of the graphic that we were able to create.
AI played a pivotal role in creating media for a recent sermon series where the pastor asked to show families taking selfies in front of disasters.
We were able to make this picture of a family taking a selfie while their house is on fire, which lighting would be very difficult, utilizing fire in order to get the perspective right, and we're not going to just find a picture of that because nobody takes a selfie while their house is on fire.
Then to the pulpit.
I am excited to continue this Picture Perfect Family series, and so if you have your Bibles, you want to turn those on, open them up.
Neither Sharon nor Cook believe graphic designers will lose their jobs to AI. Rather, they predict they'll lose them to the people who know how to use it. And like anything, they say virtue still applies.
It's not like all of a sudden AI is here, and then we just go like, oh, let's as Christians, let's set our morality aside, right? Like we're not gonna use AI inauthentically. If you're a kid who your teachers told you not to use AI for your homework, then it's still wrong to do that, and that doesn't change, right?
1615 isn't alone in their approach. Popular Pray.com recently launched Pray Studio, a new artificial intelligence platform designed to offload time-consuming processes for digital ministries, demonstrating the growing popularity of using AI as a tool among Christians.
I'm really excited to see, like, what God has in store for us in serving churches for the next 20 years, and it's going to get exciting. I think that's the one thing is the landscape of communications changes all the time, but the gospel never does. And so to get to come into work every day and get fired up about figuring some things out and helping churches just streamline their communications, it's awesome. And we love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Jennifer Wishon, CBN News, Lynchburg, Virginia.
Well, let me predict AI is here to stay. For those of you that say, well, we need to be wary, we need to shut this down, it's too late. It's already here. In my lifetime, in high school, my chemistry teacher wouldn't let us use calculators because slide rules were so much better. And obviously calculators won. And then I did computer programming, went back in the 70s. Even the computer experts were saying, well, there's no reason for a family to have a computer in their home. These are just too big, and you got to have special environments for them. This will never happen. And now the PC revolution has come and gone, where now PCs are sort of passé. It's all tablets and phones. And we've all grown to the point where if we're not around our phones, we somehow seem disconnected, and the computing power in that phone far exceeds anything that was available in the 70s and 80s. So with AI, where's this going? And keep in mind, it just started. So you see a story about a design team using AI to create photos and graphics for use. You hear about ChatGPT making it easier to draft whatever, whether it's a script or a sermon or a letter. It'll make it easier. Right now, I view it as force multipliers, that these allow me to be even more creative. And how do I guide it? And there's this whole phrase now, prompt engineer. So you got to know how to prompt the AI properly. We're still in the beginning. And just look at how smartphones over 20 years have completely changed our culture. This is going to completely change our culture. And we have to look forward and say, okay, what does this mean? In the hands of a bad actor, if you're able to imitate somebody precisely, that is something we all need to be very aware of, because the false information that can happen from that can be devastating. So please encourage your elected officials to look at Blade Runner laws where it's required to disclose that this was artificially made, that this isn't really somebody. Let's have at least that as a control to make sure misinformation doesn't go all the way around the world before it's corrected. This is a new era in humanity, and as AI takes hold, it's only going to increase and increase at a rate that you and I can't keep up with. At the ripe age of 65, just trying to keep up with the smartphones over the past 20 years. Imagine the next 20 years where AI is energizing change. It's going to hold on to your hats, because it's going to be an incredible journey.